Good morning, girls. Today we are going to begin the new chapter in maths, that is Applications of Trigonometry, chapter number 9. Right, when we were studying trigonometry, chapter 8, I told you that there are different ratios, trigonometric ratios. Then there are ratios of the specific angles. All that we have studied in chapter 8. Now, using that knowledge, we are going to study chapter 9. Okay, now you know that trigonometry has many applications. It has its applications in astronomy, it has its applications in navigation, in geography, and it is also used to find the heights and the distances of those objects which we cannot actually measure. Like, suppose I have to find the height of Qutub Minar. So I will not go actually and find the height of Qutub Minar. I have to use the trigonometric ratio technique, and then I will find the answer for the height of Qutub Minar. Similarly, there can be many other situations. Okay, now, so trigonometry, we'll do the applications and conditions will be given to us in the word problems, and we are going to solve the questions. But before going to the exercise, I need to tell you two important types of angles, and one is angle of elevation and angle of depression. Okay, now elevation angle of elevation is formed at down, means how, I'll explain you. So there are 2 points. Elevation means something when I'm looking up, then the angle formed will be the angle of elevation, because elevation means height, and depression means something which is down. So when I will look down to some object from a height, then the angle formed with my eyes will be the angle of depression. So I'll explain you the two conditions over here. You have to remember 3 things here: observer, object, line of sight, and the angle of elevation or depression depending on what is the situation, right? So I told you, suppose I am the observer. I am standing at the ground, on the ground I am standing, and I am looking at this point here which is at a height, this height. Okay, now this height means when I have to see this object I have to look up. So when I have to look up, my line of sight will be up. So this is called the line of sight. Sight means to see. Okay, now this is the horizontal level, and the angle which is formed here will be the angle of elevation. With what level? With the ground level or with the horizontal level. Okay, and this is the object. Okay, so again, the observer is at the ground. Suppose I am standing here and I want to see this object which is at a height. So my line of sight will go up, right? My eyes will go up. This will be the line of sight. The angle which is formed with my eyes to that object will be the angle of elevation, right? And this is the object, or object can be anything, whatever we are trying to see. This is condition 1, and this is the angle of elevation. Now in the second case, this is case 1. Now I am standing at the 10th floor of the building, and observer will be now at the height. Now I need to see something which is down on the ground. So the angle will be like, the line of sight will be down. The line of sight will be down. Yes. Now to what level? This is the level. This is the level of the, here it was a horizontal level, and this is also another level. Now how will we complete this diagram? By this and by joining this to this point. Okay, this is a 90-degree angle. Okay, now this angle, the line of sight is going down, so this angle formed will be what angle? The angle of depression. Yes, this will be the angle of depression. So there are two angles. One is the angle of elevation, which is formed when the observer is at the ground and the object is somewhere at a height. And when the observer is at the height and the object is somewhere down, then there will be the angle of depression. Okay, so as you can do it with the action of your hands. When I say up means something going up, this will be the angle of elevation, and when I am looking down, my eyes are going to look down, this will be the angle of elevation, angle of depression. Now Depending on the question in the word problem, we have to just analyze it and see. Acha. Before starting the chapter, you will write these definitions and draw the diagram and then start with the word problems. Okay. Now I will take up two questions today. Exercise 9.1. Quickly. First question says that a circus artist is trying to climb a 20-meter long rope which is tightly stretched and tied from the top of the vertical pole, right? Now there is a rope which is tied, the diagram is given. So this is a rope which is tied from here to here, top of this is a pole, and this is the length of the rope, 20 meter. This is point B, this is point C, and this is point A. Now the angle which is formed with the rope with the ground level is how much? 30 degree. This angle is given to you. Now as I told you that we have to use the specific angle ratio as well as the normal ratios of the trigonometry, they will be used here. Now when you are solving a question, whether you have to take sine of that angle or cos of that angle, that will depend on whatever quantity you want to find out, or you will find the relation of the quantities which are given and which are not given. What I am trying to say is, see, here I want to find the height of this pole which is x, which I am taking it to be x, right? Now hypotenuse is given, I have to find this height. So which ratio will give me the relation between the opposite side and the hypotenuse? Opposite side and the hypotenuse will give me, I will get it from sine of the angle. So I will now write sine of 30 degree will be equal to opposite upon hypotenuse, right? Now we know the value of sine 30. Sine 30 is 1 by 2, opposite side is x, hypotenuse is 20. Yes, so this 20 will go up. 10 meter will be the answer for x. What is x? X is the length of the pole or height of the pole. Okay, so what I told you is whatever ratio we have to choose, that depends on whatever quantities are given and or not given. You will look at the relation of these and then use the given trigonometric ratios, sine, cos, tan, sec, and so on. So this is clear to you. Question number 1, the diagram is given. This is the length of the rope. We have to find the height of the pole with which the rope is tied from the top to the ground. Okay, this completes your question number 1. I'm rubbing this. You will draw the diagram in your notebook and then start solving it. I'll take up one more question. Question 2. A tree breaks due to storm, right? And the broken part of the tree bends down and touches the ground with an angle of 30 degree. So this was a tree which was, this is the height of the tree, right? Actual height of the tree. But when it broke down, what happened? When it broke down, it broke in such a way that this part, the broken part, falls down and lies on the ground, means it touches the ground. The distance from this point to the horizontal level is given to you as how much? 8 meter, right? You have to find, and the broken part of the tree make an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal level. You have to find the height of the tree. How can you find the height of the tree? To find the height of the tree, you need to find this height as well as this length. That means this height and this length. So this I take it as h, that is a hypotenuse, and this I take it as x. Right? Now we can find the distance between the foot of the tree. Yes. Now to find the height of the tree, we need x also and we need h also. Fine. Now we write, what we can do is, we will first take these two combinations. When I will get the hypotenuse, I can then find x. By which theorem? Pythagoras theorem. So what I will do is, I will take adjacent upon hypotenuse will give me cos of 30 degree. Okay, as I told you that this cos or sine or tan depends on what the two quantities are given and which is the unknown quantity. So for cos 30 I will write opposite upon hypotenuse, which is equal to adjacent upon hypotenuse. 8 upon hypotenuse is not known, h. What is cos 30? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2, which is equal to 8 upon h. Now h will be equal to 8 into 2 upon root 3, which is 16 upon root 3. This is the length of the hypotenuse. Now we want this x also. X means we can find x by which theorem? Pythagoras theorem. So we'll write x square is equal to h square minus 8 square. X square is equal to h means 16 upon root 3, the whole square minus 8 square is 64. Now I will not proceed, I will stop here. This solution you will find on your own, right? And when you will get the answer for x, okay, when you will get the answer for x, you will add this to the hypotenuse length, and that will be the total height of the tree. If they are asking you the total height of the tree, you have to add these two answers. If they are asking you the broken part of the tree, you will only write this answer. Or if they are asking you from where the tree broke, then you have to find only x, means right answer as x. But here I think they are asking you to find the height of the tree. So to find the height of the tree, because we have taken out h, now you take out x, add these two answers and complete your question. Okay. Now for today I am stopping here. You will begin your chapter, write the definitions of angle of elevation and depression, draw these two cases as I shown you here, and then start with the exercise and complete the two questions. Okay. And revise trigonometric ratios, normal trigonometric ratios, and the trigonometric ratios of the specific angles. If you have learned those, then you will be able to proceed with the exercise easily. Okay. Now complete your work. Thank you and have a nice day.